Hey, what's going on out there? I got the dollar here. It's coming back in the 34 area, coming back above and in between previous highs. So it's got support right around here. Potential is to come all the way back down outside the pattern. But we got support right now, and it did get a bounce today as it closed or closed kind of this little gap in here. So it still has a way to go on the downside, but if it turns around, it might not be very good for gold and silver. So we'll see what happens on a weekly so far. We've got one more day, still coming back down into support. So right now it's hung up on previous highs. 10-year bond, 10-year treasury note. Got a double top working, but it is coming across the 34. It's already retraced once. The 8 is crossing as we speak, so hopefully this will come down into support. Otherwise, this could be a real fast turnaround and just pop. But as far as I know, the treasuries are weak, so changing it to a daily, you can see the volatility is pretty good after the little pop here, and then it had some little gusto here. It looks bullish. It's going to take out that double top before it is going to be able to go up. So it's working from a lot of resistance. You can see the previous highs over here. But I think it can do it. On a weekly chart, it looks like it can. Look at that, huh? Little drop off. I believe that it broke down, did a bullish or bearish retracement back into resistance, and then just continued to fall. That's a daily chart. So let's see where we're at. Oh, it broke down below. Let's see where it bounces. So far, it's hanging on its lows. See how it closes tomorrow. Looks like Dow Jones is just barely hanging in there off that little pattern. Let's see how the daily went. Looks like it wants to go. Came through and bounced back. That might be its bearish retracement as it allows it to fall further. NASDAQ, bearish. Pretty nasty drop off right there. Let's wait for a bearish retracement coming back in. It could just fall through and then do a bearish retracement. But it made a higher high and then closed the gap. It looked bullish and then falls. All right. That's a failing attempt. Look at the gusto. Making a new high above, and then it kind of just fell apart. Two-bar pattern was a bearish piercing pattern, sure, but or bearish encompassing. But it's a pretty steep line, I guess. Let's see how the monthly is looking. Monthly so far is coming back into support, so we'll see what happens. Still on a top pattern. Deutsche Bank still hanging in there. Monthly chart. Weekly still in the pinch. Crossed the 8. Now it's got support. Still hanging in there. Could just fall apart all at once. It did fill that gap. Let's see if it'll continue on its momentum. Looks bearish right now. Came down, was a huge bearish gap, and came back up, filled the gap, and then backed off as the gap is resistance. So it got knocked back. Looks bearish. Let's see Deutsche Bank hang on to 1357, 1352. Let's look for previous low breaks. Nikkei did not hang 10 on that one. It's breaking back inside the pattern. That's bearish. That's a whipsaw now. But still got room to bullish retrace on the weekly. But it came outside that pattern. Maybe it's a bullish retracement on the pattern line. We'll see. Daily was bearish though. Gap down. Breaking inside previous highs. See what happens. Tomorrow's Friday. Crude oil still on the downside trend. Does not look good there. Let's see where it bounces. It's already broken down the intermediate trend. Let's see what happens. It's right at support on the 34. Needs to have some legs here. It doesn't have any legs at all either. It's closing on its low so far for the week. Does not look good for this. Could just turn out to be a huge failure. Above the 34 and then failed down below. Maybe it needs to make another base, come back down and make a double bottom. Does not look good so far. Someone wanted to do XO oil S&P. Same thing. This one did a little bounce, better than the crude index, but I say if the index futures is going down, watch out below on this one. It did break previous lows. Let's see how the daily looks. This whole thing could be just a failure. Right above the 34, and then it's came back down. It did make a hammer on the daily, so let's see what happens. It's not much of a hammer, but it's close. This could turn out to be a bullish 3-bar pattern if it wants to close above previous highs. Looks like a left shoulder and a head if it doesn't break down. Needs to come up, make a left right shoulder, and then break, but too far to say. You do have a reversal bar here, so if it comes up to that reversal bar and breaks above, then I would take the high road. Take a ride, at least to 37. But same thing across the board there. But the daily on crude does not look good, and it hasn't bearish retraced yet. So it's got a little ways to go before it breaks down the previous lows. But once it does that, I think it's much to do with only a double bottom to hold it up. Longer term on the XOP. Looks like a bullish run over the 8 crossing now, and now the bullish retracement over the 8. It's in a pattern, so I would wait until it trades outside the pattern. Here's a right shoulder, left head, and right. Previous high break of 39.40. But it hit 40 and backed off pretty hard. Same with crude. Oh, looks like, I apologize. Crude hit 55 almost, 54, 53 and a half. So, but that's a nice rejection though. 3-bar tweezers. Wicks pointing up on a 3-bar tweezer. That's basically a triple top. Head and shoulders. I bet you if you find the perfect time frame, you'll find the head and shoulders top on that somewhere. Let's look at the ratio. Looks like silver gained on gold today. So 70, let's see, 71, call it gold's ounces of silver to an ounce of gold. Gold. Looks like we're picking the pace up a little bit from today's downfall. But recovering nicely. It's got a break. Previous highs to get on the other side. Hopefully we can do all this in one day. But looks like the rejection is at previous lows. So we might be waiting for this to come down if it cannot break above. Or, yeah, because when the 8 crosses over the 34, usually price comes down to meet it. So that's just the daily. Hopefully the daily's not done though. Because the weekly, we need to close the weekly above that EMA 8. So far so good. We're closing close to the highs. Let's see how we close tomorrow. It's a big day tomorrow. It's a make or break. Is this going to be stuffed out on momentum, or are we going to reach the other side of the pattern? So far so good. Silver has backed off from its resistance. Previous lows. It's EMA 8 sitting right there. Knocked across and then came back in. Let's watch it on 4 hours. Yeah, I got crushed. And you got the tweezer top close to a, yeah, more so a, well, I guess a 3-bar pattern. Tri-tips. Wicks pointing out, got lower high and then knocked back. Came right off the SMA 34. So nice bounce. Now we're in a pinch. Let's see if we can pick up the speed. We got our legs from last night's breakdown. Kind of recovered all day. Let's see if we can get above that EMA 8 on a 4-hour chart to close the week out, which is, yeah, 1850. 1850 is always the mark. We've got to get above 1850 at all costs on a weekly close. So weekly close above the EMA 8 is above 1850. Previous highs, previous lows, 1850 is the master to beat. So let's keep it right there. Copper. Oh, nice copper. Has not turned around since Tuesday's opening, monthly opening. And just remember that monthly hammer that was put in on copper, and now the confirmation as it is moving above and across. Looks like it wants to do a pattern break. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Hopefully it does it this time. Been waiting for copper this whole time. GDX, let's see how those Cup and handles have been working on a daily chart. Cup and handles, you can see the movement, right? The cup, the handle, the explosive over the 34, back into support, and now the bounce back. The 1-2 punch right over the 34. Yeah. Look for previous high breaks. Take a ride. That I haven't seen a pattern like that in a long time, and it's on a lot of things going on. Look at that. Straight down the line, the miners are going to hit big. I love it. Let's look at the gold. Oh, look at the gold volatility on a daily. Popped above the 34. We want to do a monthly volatility jump though. Look at that. Let's see what happens with this. This is the first time that I'm witnessing this. I haven't really used the COMEX Gold Volatility Index before. But as I'm witnessing on a monthly chart, every time it goes above the 34, it tweaks. So let's see what happens. We got a nice hammer on the close last month. Here we go. Let's look at Bitgold or a Bitcoin. Looks like it's being knocked back. Might have to consolidate a little bit, make that cup, and then a nice handle back into support somewhere. Pretty much done deal. Yeah, that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Please share, like, and comment. Let me know what's going on out there. And if you want to donate, please do. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you later.